Today we have a 2012 Chevy Captiva with a 3.0 motor. It's an all-wheel drive. The customer has a P0108 code, which happens to be your map sensor. They said it's starting hard sometimes, gas mileage is way down. So we're going to show you where that's located and how to replace it. This is your 3.0 Chevy motor. You got to start by taking your map sensors right over here. You got to start by taking this little bolt out. And it's a T27, just like that. So you go in there, break her loose. And I think this thing's rather long. Like that. Try to get your fingers in there. Okay, I'm gonna pull that out, put it off to the side. Next thing you do is you take this off to get the cover off. You wanna make sure you don't drop anything in there, of course. Pull it like that, put it off to the side. And the map sensor, you wanna put this back on so nothing drops in the motor and your oil. And your map sensor happens to be located right there. Now what this map sensor does is actually reads the pressure in your manifold. It goes between 1 and 5. Like 1 would be idling, and as the pressure goes up, it goes up to 5. So what we're going to do is actually take this off right here by pushing it down like that. And you want to check around here to make sure these wires are not deteriorated or bad in any way, because that can also send a signal. So that, and what we're going to use is, I believe it's a T27. Like that right there. Yeah, nope, T25. T25, and we're going to take that off. These are just held in by a little rubber gasket. Okay. Take that off, put it off to the side. Just kind of wiggle it back and forth like this, and it comes up, and that is the rubber gasket I was talking about. You're putting the new one back in. You just got to make sure that this notch right here goes right there to the front. I mean, you can't really mess it up, and you might want to put a little oil on that rubber gasket. Just kind of push it like that, and it snaps in place, and then we'll get the screw. The next thing we do is put the screw in by hand, so you don't drop it. You might have to wiggle it just a little to get it started there, like that. You can feel it start. And it's just going into plastic, so it doesn't have to be, it needs to be snug, but not overly tightened, because you could strip it. Just tighten it like that. All right. Now, take this and make sure that you can hear it click in there, like that, and you hear it click. You can see the cover actually sits down on this one and this one. You do have to remove. There's actually one over here too. You got to take this off first and then put it in place. Just line up the cover right there. Hear it clicking like that. Cap back on, reinstall this screw, and that's all it takes to do a map sensor on a 2012 Chevy Captiva with a 3.0 motor.